The first tremors began at dawn. On the desert moon of Awakens 3, a world known only for sandstorms and ancient ruins, seismic alarms screamed through the research outpost. Dr. Lethani Vorkesh of the Zerati Archaeological Guild jolted awake as dust fell from her ceiling vents. At first, she assumed it was yet another tectonic shift. Awakens 3 was unstable even on its calm days. Then she heard the second alarm. Unknown energy spike detected. Magnitude, impossible. Those were the exact words of the automated sensor, words no one in the outpost had ever heard before. Lethani rushed out of her sleeping pod, scrambling into her field coat as researchers and technicians poured into the hallways. The lights flickered, equipment crackled, and every screen displayed the same image. A massive power signature rising from beneath the planet's surface. Controlled. Steady. Artificial. But it wasn't the power signature that froze them. It was its origin tag. Old Terran frequency. For centuries, humanity had been gone, vanished from the galactic stage without warning. Their worlds were silent, their space stations abandoned, and their fleets missing. Theories ranged from ascension to collapse to self-inflicted extinction. No one knew the truth. But everyone knew one thing. Humans had once built weapons capable of shaking star systems. Impossible, the chief geologist whispered. Nothing human could have survived this long. Lethani swallowed hard. What if it wasn't supposed to survive? What if it was waiting? A rumble shook the ground again. Deeper, stronger, purposeful. The outpost director barked. All teams to surface observation. Now! They sprinted to the outside balcony, just in time to see the desert crack open. Sand erupted hundreds of meters into the air as an enormous structure began to rise from the depths. Its hull was scarred but intact, its armor blackened but indestructible. Towering spires unfolded from its sides, still glowing with ancient power conduits. Someone gasped. It can't be, that's a supercarrier. Another voice trembled. A human supercarrier. The largest class of warship ever recorded. A vessel capable of hosting entire fleets within its bays. Built only once, in the final days before humanity vanished. The Titanus Resurrection, legendary, feared, and presumed lost. Except it wasn't lost. It was waking up. Hours later, panic consumed the galaxy. News networks screamed headlines across every world. Military intelligence channels overflowed with intercepted footage. Even the great empires, Zeth, Karal, Vexari, and the infamous Dominion of Graal, were shaken. The Galactic Council convened in emergency session. Ambassador Sylvier of the Karal Confederacy slammed her claws on the table. This cannot be real. Humanity's greatest warship emerging now? After centuries of silence? Why? Who activated it? General Hasker of the Dominion bared sharpened teeth. We should destroy it before whatever sleeps inside awakens. If humans left traps, that is one. Admiral Tyvis, older and calmer, shook his head. That carrier could annihilate every fleet in this chamber. You do not attack a god weapon with sticks. And then the worst possibility arose. Council Speaker Rethvor whispered. What if humans are returning? Every delegate fell into fearful silence. Because if humanity was returning, the galaxy wasn't ready. Not for their intelligence. Not for their rage. Not for their technology thousands of years ahead of everyone else. And most importantly, not for their unpredictability. On Awakens 3, back at the research moon, Lethani and her team watched as the supercarrier fully emerged from the sand like a mountain being born. Thousands of meters long. Stadium-sized thruster banks. Runic Terran markings glowing faint blue. A voice from the outpost whispered shakily. It's scanning us. Invisible waves washed across the moon's surface. Their equipment flickered, then rebooted. A holographic projection shimmered into existence above the carrier, ancient Terran script mixed with universal code. Lethani recognized one translated phrase. Status: Awakening sequence complete. Crew not found. Directive: await human command. She whispered. It's empty. The supercarrier was awake, but crewless. Before they could react, the hull shifted. A hangar door larger than a city block slid open with a thunderous roar. Wind howled inward as dust was sucked away, revealing rows upon rows upon rows of human war machines. Drones, mechs, fighters, tactical exosuits. All dormant, all intact, all waiting. Dr. Lethani felt her knees weaken. By the stars. Humanity didn't leave their weapons behind. They buried them. Her assistant whispered. But why here? A new thought struck her. What if this wasn't a grave, but a promise? The first human signal in 300 years. Across the galaxy, intelligence agencies intercepted something impossible. A human distress beacon. But not a distress call. A summoning key. It pulsed one simple message, repeated endlessly. Titanus resurrection, ready for human command. Admiral Tyvis froze when he read the supplemental data. The beacon originated from a small region of dark space. Once empty. Now showing activity. A fleet. A human fleet. But not like before. No life signs. No biological signals, no living crew. Yet the ships moved in perfect synchronicity. Autonomous? The entire fleet suddenly altered course and headed straight for Arcanos 3. The galaxy watches in terror. Millions tuned in as live streams captured the impossible. The human fleet, sleek black vessels with glowing blue cores, approaching Arcanos 3 and forming a silent halo around the supercarrier. Then the carrier itself began to rise. Dust spiraled like a hurricane. Gravity wells buckled. Engines older than entire civilizations ignited with a sound that felt like thunder from the dawn of creation. Lethani stared upward as the supercarrier lifted into the sky, slow, steady, unstoppable. A holographic sequence lit up along its hull. It was broadcasting. To everyone. Every species. Every world. Every system. A single translated message. Humanity's legacy endures. Our guardians remain. We return when we must. Ending. The galaxy froze. Governments panicked. Spies scrambled. Scholars argued. Military leaders trembled. Because the message meant only one thing. Humanity wasn't extinct. Humanity wasn't defeated. Humanity wasn't gone. They had simply stepped away, leaving behind machines capable of defending everything they built. A final safeguard. A promise. A warning. The supercarrier Titanus Resurrection took its place at the center of the fleet. Its engines roared as it aligned toward uncharted space. No one dared fire. No one dared interfere. And then, for the first time in 3 centuries, a human voice echoed through every ship and every channel. Calm. Velvet-toned. Unmistakably alive. To all civilizations receiving this transmission, we thank you for guarding our silence. But the era of absence is over. We are returning. Gasps filled the council. Tears formed in Lethani's eyes. The fleet vanished into a warp corridor of swirling white light, leaving only residual shockwaves and a galaxy forever changed. Because now the truth was undeniable. Humanity had never abandoned the galaxy. They had simply been preparing for something greater. And whatever it was, they were now awake. The galaxy watched the stars shimmer where the fleet vanished, and whispered in fear and awe, "The humans are coming back."